Well, this afternoon, Chowan back at home, and they get into Northern Division play after the Southern swing ends last weekend. Chowan at home today against Elizabeth City State. It's always been a great rivalry here in the CIAA, and let's get courtside, as we always do here in our pregame show, to chat with the head coach of the Hawks, Coach LaToya Jones. The road trip, Chowan ladies come back home today as they face rival and no favorite here in Northeastern North Carolina, Elizabeth City State. I'm joined here by Coach LaToya Jones. And Coach, before we get to today's game, let's talk about that road trip last week. Paid pretty good dividends for you, 2-1. Not a very good effort at Johnson C. Smith, but kids bounce back with two really good efforts to beat Winston-Salem and Livingstone. And by looking at the numbers, looking at the stats, maybe your Winston-Salem game, one of the best of the year.
Yes, playing Johnson C. Smith, Winston State, and Livingstone is always going to be a fight. I think we match up with those three teams good, and it was just a battle of defense and rebounding. I knew that we had to come in aggressive, and we couldn't afford to have a slow start, and we couldn't afford to have a slow ending. So it was just that balance. I think in Johnson C. Smith, we came up short. We had a cold shooting spurt, especially when we had momentum against Winston State and Livingstone. I think that we were able to put two halves together, even though we were down going into the half at Livingstone. So I challenged my team, and they came to play.
You talked about the cold shooting at Johnson C. Smith. You had pretty much similar results against Catawba. First game back after Christmas. What contributed to getting back to shooting a little bit better for this team? Maybe getting back on the floor and playing with one another?
Yes, I think so. I think, having such a short amount of time and then just having a short-term memory and just channeling back into what you do well.
Yeah, Coach, I've noticed one of the keys to this team has been, you got a lot of veterans, but when Danielle Weldon is playing well, this team plays exceptionally well. She's had trouble since she's been a little bit foul prone. How have you attacked that with her and talked that with her?
With her, it's just understanding the way that things are being called, because in some games, some of the things that she does is not necessarily a foul, but in other games it is. So just having her just be mentally focused on how to adjust her play depending upon how the game is going.
Yeah. Elizabeth City State, a team you beat twice last year. We beat them by 2 points here at home. Coach Antonio Davis has really revamped that team, Coach. I was looking at last year's game. They only had two players that scored in that game that are here a year ago, but boy, he has revamped and turned his team around to 11-7 coming in here.
Oh, yeah. They are definitely a team and a force to work with. He has his whole starters. He got bench players, and they're all coming in, and they're doing great things for him. I respect him as a coach, and I see what he's doing. And, again, this is another team that we also match up well, so it's going to be a fight between both teams. But we know the key players that we have to stop, and we're just going to try to work our game plan.
Jalen Brown, our senior guard coach, may be the best in this league. She's given Chowan some fits here in the past. You're without Kayla Henderson today, who's out with injury, but how do you attack her, how you defend her, and how does your rotation go with her not being in the lineup?
We just have other people that are ready. I think that's the beauty of my coaching. I make sure that everybody is ready, and I think that we do have some people to step up. And with Jalen, you're not necessarily going to stop what she does great. That's what makes her great, but we're going to try to do things to slow her down and to not let her get so many open looks.
Another thing, I look at this Elizabeth City roster, Coach Davis brought in a lot of size. He really has some size down in the low block.
Yes, and that's not anything new for us. That has been something that most of the CIAA teams have brought, and we played against that before, both in non-conference play and the Southern Division play. So we're definitely not afraid of that, but it's going to be a war zone on the inside.
And I know you can appreciate that from your playing days. Coach, by the time you get it on, have a good one.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That is Coach LaToya Jones. Her team getting ready to go up against Elizabeth City State. Chowan at 10-6 and 6-1 in CIAA. Elizabeth City State, who's lost their last two at 11-7 and 4-4. Back off a nice Christmas break and playing a little Santa Claus and doing a lot on down at Myrtle Beach. My partner Robert Burns returns today, and Robert, the first time you'd ever seen really a doubleheader here at Chowan with Elizabeth City State and Chowan. We'll have a lot more fans on our side of the floor tonight than we're accustomed to, and this has always been a good rivalry, and rivalry is always good in sports.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's great to be back and coming into a great rivalry here. Elizabeth City State came here earlier in the year, really good game, so I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, it should be a heck of a game today, and I tell you what, Elizabeth City State really turned it around. They got one of the top players in the league, or two of the top players in the league. We talked about Jalen Brown young lady from out of Williamston, North Carolina, the lone senior on this team. She's an excellent guard. She averages 14.3 a game. She's been a CIAA All-League performer all 3 years. She was Rookie of the Year her freshman year in this league. She averages 14.3 a game, and you look inside, the newcomer, the transfer from Pensacola State Junior College, Nertura Luster, 6-foot junior down inside. She's the third best scorer in this league at 18.8 a game. And you look across the lineup, Robert, they've got some size. Devona Stell at 6'3". You know, and we've got Luster at 6 foot. They have some size down inside to give Chowan some trouble.
Right, like Coach LaToya Jones said, it's going to be a trench warfare down there in the paint.
Well, let's give you the starters here for Elizabeth City State. They're starting the backcourt, a 5'7" junior from out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Danae Holmes, and also from Kentucky as well, from Louisville, Kentucky, Marquita Porter, 5'10" junior. Across the front line, Jalen Brown, a 5'6" senior from out of Williamston. Aisha Deal, a 5'7" junior from out of Norfolk, Virginia, a freshman that is. She's playing exceptionally well as Deal, averaging 13.2 a game. She's the fourth best scorer in the league. And, of course, we talked about Luster at 18.8 a game. Antonio Davis in his first year on the bench. Of course, Coach Davis is familiar with being in the CIAA. He was a coach at St. Augustine's at one time, an assistant up at Shaw University. Chowan with their normal starters, Jada Lee, Mariah Coker, Danielle Well, and Jakira Bagby, and Olivia Gaither. Chowan's going to win the tip, and they'll work it left to right here as we start this ball game here this afternoon. First of two in this CIAA matchup. Matter of fact, the rest of the way, here's Coker firing it up from right on the left, went in and came out, tapped around inside. It's off the hands of Elizabeth City State. It'll belong to Chowan. When you look, Robert, about this team, Chowan's been struggling here shooting from the field. They've got to shoot a little bit better here today against a good Northern Division team, Elizabeth City State. Gaither can't convert from the right-hand corner. It's pulled down by Luster. When you get in the Northern Division, the play is going to pick up pace a little bit. Here's a jumper. Deep right corner is good by Jalen Brown. We talked about Brian, Robert. She responds first trip down the floor.
And she does not disappoint so far.
Yeah, young lady can really shoot it. She knows how to handle it and what to do with it. Chowan down 3-0 here at home in the first minute of play here this afternoon. Bagby loops it inside to Weldon. Danielle's going to charge with it as she kind of leaned in and knocked Jalen Brown to the deck. And the foul of the first of the day is going to be Danielle Weldon, who has fouled out in 3 games this season. But, Robert, when you know some games that she didn't foul out, she's put extended minutes on the bench due to foul trouble. She's a key cog in this team for Chowan if they're going to be successful here in the second semester.
Same thing I was thinking. She's just a key to the Chowan offense and defense.
Here's Jalen Bryan going inside. She'll hand it away to Luster. She can't convert on the left-handed layup. Pulled down by Weldon. Weldon off the lead, streaking down the right side. Jada will hand it away to Gaither. Gaither trying to move off and pick at the high post from Bagley. Over to Coker. Coker now back to Bagley. They dump it at the high post to Bagley. She'll go inside. She's tied up on the play. Coach Antonio Davis, we were talking about him earlier. He was a long-time assistant up at Shaw to Jock Curtis, and then went over to St. Aug and took play over. He's very animated coach on the sidelines here. But he's done a nice job of revamping this Elizabeth City State team. Here's Brown inside, dumps it on the far right, and the shot is up and good. It's 3 for Aisha Deal.
That's the second time someone's been open on the wing like that. Got to cover somebody.
And the freshman drills it for Aisha Deal. That's her 26th 3-ball in 91 attempts this season. Pretty good shooting by the freshman out of Norfolk, Virginia. Chowan's yet to scratch. Here's Weldon from the high post, hands away together. She'll shoot the long 3 straight on and misses badly off the left and rebounded by Deal.
And there was a bad missed call. I don't know if you saw that, Mr. Gaddis, but someone just got thrown on the floor back there.
Yeah. Here's Deal missing the jumper and rebounded by Weldon. Chowan still looking their first points of the afternoon, down 6-0 here at the Jessup. Kirk will handle it with the ball on the left hand as she calls out the offense here. Boy, Elizabeth City State's in the midst of a tough road swing here. Here's Weldon inside off the glass, a little strong, no good. They fight for the rebound. They got Bagby over the back for Chowan.
Wasn't a bad move, just a touch too firm.
Elizabeth City State playing their 6th consecutive road game today.
Wow.
And they'll go again on the road on Wednesday against Lincoln. You think about it, though, they've got an advantage if they take care of it here. Here the Vikings with the basketball inside. Jumpers up and no good. It was blocked away from Serena Pitt. She gets it back, force it up, won't go. And the ball's still loose, and Joanne Williams is going to get the rebound. And we got a jump ball. Already a lot of jump balls here early in this one.
To me, it seems like they're really letting them play. I see a lot of hand fighting, a lot of elbows kind of being thrown.
You think about Elizabeth City State, though, Robert, you playing with that Northern Division title. You come on the road here and win at Chowan, you win at Lincoln on Wednesday night. You got a pretty good spot going into the rest of the season, you know, with most of your games at home.
Yeah, great opportunity right here. Lincoln's kind of a far drive, but that really shouldn't bother you too much as a collegiate athlete because you kind of get used to it.
Williams trying to dump it down inside to Sydney Neal, and Chowan, which averages 19.7 turnovers a game, turns over the first time. Here's a pass on the far side, goes to Porter. Porter kicks it over the corner deal, back to Porter, high post. Brown fakes up Gaither, trying to come near side. Joanne Williams almost got the steal, but it came right to Holmes. Holmes will recover, now tries to go inside, bats it off the deal. She already has 1 3 ball, misses here. They go to the rack, rebounded underneath by Pitts, a 6'2" red shirt freshman from out of Raleigh, and we got a foul underneath. And LaToya Jones is kind of questioning the call underneath. And this foul's going to be on Neal. It's going to be her first, and already 3 team fouls here for Chowan in the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Hawks trail here at home, 6-0. Pitts jumper right of the lane, 10 feet away. No good, nobody underneath, but Olivia Gaither for Chowan. Gaither said, I'll take it front court. And then she double dribbles with it. I think she looked like she wanted to get it to Lee, and when Lee went the other way, she got caught with a double dribble.
Yeah, just got mixed up a little bit right there.
Chowan still looking their first points, and Coach LaToya Jones is going to insert Jordan Pettaway in the lineup. And she'll replace Gaither here.
Vikings in the solid blue, Chowan in their home whites. Looks like Vikings got a little bit of pink going on in their uniform.
Yeah, they had some T-shirts on earlier about those pink games coming up, so that's why they're wearing those pink jerseys. Here's a double dribble here on the near side by Deal.
2 doubles in a row.
Danae Holmes, that is, with a double dribble.
Don't see that very often.
Kind of ironic. Both of these teams average 19.7 turnovers a game. And Chowan still looking their first point of this one, coming front court with it. Coker to hand away to Lee. Lee with a little push to Pettaway. A couple of former Virginia high schoolers, and Chowan's going to store it away again. Nice pass down the floor, not being able to get it and throwing it away, and falling down is going to be Aisha Deal. You were talking about Deal losing a bounce. Looked like somebody might have tripped her up from behind.
I think she got tangled up with Jada Lee.
Yep. So fortunate break for Chowan that Elizabeth City State can't score off the turnover. 2-1-2 zone now for Elizabeth City State. Pettaway cutting in the lane. Her runner, one hand is off the glass and good, but they called a charge. And they'll nullify the basket.
I really thought that was a nice move.
The foul's going to be on Pettaway. The one thing, we've got a new supervisor of officials for both men and women here in the CIAA, and it seems like to be a real emphasis on calling the charge against the block here this season. We've seen it very consistently called in all these games early.
Probably something they went over in their meetings, which they have a ton of.
Here's Brown out front with it, kicks it near side to Holmes. Holmes trying to go inside, got it away, and we got a 3-second violation called underneath on Makita Porter. So it's turned into a turnover battle here.
Just back and forth, back and forth.
Coach Davis going to insert Holly Reed in the lineup. Also coming to the scores table, Luster going to get back in the next dead ball situation. Here's Pettaway, hands it away to Lee. Lee had a notion, didn't take it. Over the corner to Coker. Mariah's shot's on its way and it's good. 3 for Coker. Coker's leads his team in three-point shooting percentage at 31.3% per game. She's 4th best in the league. Chowan cuts it in half, the deficit in half. Here's Brown on the near side being harassed here by Lee. Ball's loose on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. And we've had a bunch of jump balls and turnovers early in this. And let's see, they're not going to get to the media timeout. Here's Luster set to get back in for Elizabeth City State, as she's going to replace Porter in the lineup.
I don't know if I've ever heard so many whistles so early. Not just fouls, just jump balls as well.
Holly Reed gets it over the corner to Brown. She'll shoot a long 3. It's off the front of the iron. Sydney Neal with a good tap to herself for the rebound. The sophomore from out of Greenville, North Carolina. Here's Lee trying to go inside, and the ball stolen away as she tried to throw it inside. It's knocked away and stolen that time by Holly Reed. 4 turnovers now for the Hawks here early. It's a 6-3 lead for the Whistles from down at the River City. Brown off the left. Won't go. Neal's got another rebound for Chowan. Wheels it around and gets it to Petaway. Petaway over to Coker.
Elizabeth City's just going to live and die by that 3 ball.
Yeah, Chowan's doing a pretty good job of trying to keep them on the perimeter, but this team shoot there. You talk about Elizabeth City State, we got a foul on the inside here against Elizabeth City State. You're talking about the Vikings living and dying on the 3. They're the best 3-point shooting team in this league at 31.7 a game. That foul, by the way, is against Elizabeth City State, but we'll take a break here from the Helm Center. 4:33 to go in the first period here with the ladies basketball game. The first of 2 here this afternoon, and Chowan on the short end right now of a 6-3 score here early. Back for more after this short timeout.
What you thinking? You think that you could be better off with somebody new? No, baby, no. You say you're leaving. Well, if you wanna leave, there ain't nobody stopping you. No, baby, no. I won't beg for your love, won't say please. I won't fall to the ground on my knees. You know I've given this everything, baby, honestly. Baby, honestly, I lie for you, baby, die for you, baby, cry for you, baby, but tell me what you've done for me. For you, baby, and only you, baby, the things I do, baby, but tell me what you've done for me. I never cheated, deleted every.
Back to action here at Chowan. Hawks down 6-3, 4:33 to go in the first quarter. Joanne Williams, who's a recipient at foul from Natera Luster on the free throw line. She'll knock down the first free throw. Her first point of the game. Joanne, 46% from the stripe this season on 20 of 43 shooting starting today. Had 5 points in that win over Livingstone back on Monday. Joanne had an easy way up at Livingstone, 76-55, and Williams makes both. So Elizabeth City State scored the first 6. Chowan scored the next 5. And that's where we stand with 4:27 to go in the first quarter. Here from Bob Burke Court in the Jesse Helm Center on the campus of Chowan University. Off on the left works Holmes. Holmes on the backside to Brown. Her short jumper won't go. Rebounded underneath by Pitts. She can't convert, and it's out of bounds and off the hands of Sydney Neal. Sydney Neal getting a lot of action here early in this one. Down inside. And doing a pretty good job is the sophomore from Amanda Greenville for Chowan.
Yeah, they really need some size down there to deal with the Vikings.
Vikings on the inbounds. Brown trying to get it back to Holmes on the inside, and it's stolen away by Neal. 4th turnover now by Elizabeth City State. Chowan with a chance to take their first lead of the afternoon. Skip pass to Petaway. Petaway goes around Bryant, goes inside, bodies all over the floor, and they'll call the charge. Once again, if you're going inside, and they pretty much have been consistent with that charge call, especially on the women's side of things. And a foul on Petaway is going to be her first, and already 5 team fouls for the Hawks. So that was a player control foul. No free throws coming, but from here on out, here in the first quarter, it'll be 2 free throws here for Elizabeth City State, who comes front court with a 6-5 lead. Going baseline, the runner for Deal off the glass is good. Nice job by the freshman out of Norfolk, Virginia. She leads all scorers with 5 here. And it ups the lead for Elizabeth City State, 8-5 with 3:41 in counting. They go into first period here from Chowan. Coker, had a notion, didn't take it, gives away to Gaither. She'll arch it up straight away. It's off the front of the iron, no good. And Pitts did a good job stepping right in front of Neal for the rebound for the Vikings. Who move it quicker back the other way. Here's Deal backing it back out. She'll reset the offense, kicks it on the far side to Holmes. Back to Deal. They loop it at the high post to Luster. Luster averaging 18.8 a game. Left-handed layup's good. Just hung on and fell in for Luster. She wheeled right around Neal. She's got her first basket of the afternoon. So after Chowan pull within 1, Elizabeth City State's come back with back-to-back buckets and doubled up to Chowan, a 10-5 score. Chowan's won 6 straight in this series. Here's another turnover for Chowan. A bad pass here, stolen by Deal. He'll take it coast to coast. Coker blocked the shot. When it went right to Holmes, she misses the layup. Ball's loose on the floor, and Joanne Williams, who's an outstanding rebounder, second best rebounder at Chowan here. Grabs it underneath and gets it away to Coker, who will maneuver at front court.
Coker had a great block down there.
That she did. There's Coker maneuvering on the near side. Gets it in the corner to Gaither. Inside, Joanne Williams off the glass and scoring. Good to see Joanne come off the bench and contribute here early.
And Gaddis, you mentioned they've won 6 in a row in this series. You never want to be the team that loses a streak.
Yeah, you're right. Jalen Bryan, pull-up jumper just inside the arc on the left. And she's got her second field goal of the day. Bryan recently went over 1,000 points in her career at Elizabeth City State. Young lady's been a solid performer here for the Lady Vikings. 12-7 lead. Vikings just under 2 minutes to go here in the first period here from the Barrow. What we call it, Murfreesboro, known as the Barrow. Another bad pass here from Chowan. Steal by Deal. She'll pull up this time against Coker and knock it in.
Wow,
she learned her lesson from the last time down. And Chowan is going to come over and talk things out with Coach LaToya Jones. Coach Jones not liking what she's seeing. Kind of faulty ball handling here for the Hawks, and they've got themselves down 7 points here early at home.
Yeah, the Vikings are putting a ton of pressure on the Hawks, and especially the guards are throwing the ball away a little bit.
Well, I think what bothers coaches more than anything else when you have unforced turnovers, and that's pretty much what Chowan has had here early.
Right.
They've turned it over 6 times. Both teams not lighting the lamp with a very good rate. Chowan's 2 of 8 from the floor, and Elizabeth City State 6 of 18 for 33%. Chowan shooting just 25%. But the Hawks with 9 turnovers already. My goodness. I had them with only 6, but Evan Carpenter, our SID, kites a little better than I do. So, but I got the Elizabeth City numbers right. So I got 1 of 2 anyway. Here's Lee at the high post. Jada back to Coker. She's got a wide open 3 ball on the way, and it's good.
She's drained both of her deep shots today.
You know, Coker's down on her average this season. Here's Joanne Williams trying to steal it away from Brown's, going to pick up the foul. And she just came out of a certain spot, and there's just no way she could keep from fouling, trying to get that ball back for Joanne Williams. This foul number 1.
Looks like she's in a little bit of pain down there.
Yeah. Tialana Green getting ready to come in. Green's coming off 11-point performance in that win over Livingstone, her season high. Transfer from out of Winthrop. And Brown's free throws up and good. Brown at 81% free throw shoot on the year of 42 of 52 shooting. This is a good free throw shooting team, Elizabeth City State. They're the best in the league at 73.3.
And they're giving the Hawks the rebound if they want it.
And Brown knocks down both. Jalen Brown with 7. She had 21 points in that tough loss to Winston-Salem back earlier this week on Monday night. 16-10 Vikings lead, 1:20 to go in the quarter. Gaither with a long 3. It's an air ball. Came right underneath to Porter. Porter kicks it near side to Holmes, so will maneuver easily across the timeline. Back across it goes to Porter. In the corner with the basketball works. Angel James is coming to line up, the freshman out of Newport News, Virginia. Far side goes Holmes, blocked away by Green, but she got it right back. Did Holmes. Now off to Brown. Jada Lee trying to apply pressure to Brown. 9 to shoot, 54 seconds to play. Here's an air ball from the far side, but recovered by Porter. And she nearly lost it, but recovered. She's caught in the double team. Bounces away to Brian. She'll arch it up prior to the shot clock, but he didn't get off in time.
I think Elizabeth City really likes to push the ball, and I think they're very good in transition, especially going quick. And I think they're very average half-court offense.
Well, they like you said, they love to shoot 3, and they've done it successful here this season, 31.7%, which is best in the league. Lee pulls up just inside the arc, looking at her first bucket. No good. Rebounded by Pitts over in the corner. Redshirt freshman out of Raleigh. Stolen away by Coker. Coker off to Lee. Lee makes a nice move to get around Pitts. Her layup's no good. Rebounded by Coker. Coker will come back out and reset the offense with 18 seconds to go. Chowan needs a bucket here in this last few seconds to get a little momentum going into the second quarter.
Need to put it up soon so you got a chance at a rebound.
Here's in corner to Coker. Her jumper's short. And it's off the hands of Pitts and out of bounds to Chowan. With 1.2 seconds to go, right underneath the Chowan basket. And Chowan will insert Brianna Copeland, the 5'5" freshman from Suffolk, Virginia, for Gaither here. So Chowan's got a 1.2 seconds to do something with it here. Coker to inbounds, baseline left. And Chowan having trouble getting it in. They finally get it into Destiny Robertson. Her short jumper's no good. 1 quarter of basketball in the books here at Chowan. Hawks trail here at the break. At the end of the first quarter, 16-10 to Elizabeth City State. Back to the start of the second quarter. After this timeout, this is Chowan basketball. You're listening to it on GoCUHawks.com.
Notice they ain't really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bottom, boot up, dee-dee-da-do, boot up. And my heart go bottom, boot up, dee-dee-da-do. It just won't stop, it go bottom, boot up, dee-dee-da-do, boot up. And my heart go bottom, boot up, dee-dee-da-do. It just won't stop, it go. I might die without you. Feeling all over my body. You know how I like it. Ain't gotta tell you what to do. Yeah.
Chowan basketball out of the break. They'll start it. The second quarter down 16-10 here at home. Caddis Hodges alongside Robert Burns in this one. We've just been handed a stat sheet from the first quarter. We'll get to it here momentarily. Coca skip pass to Lee. Right front to Copeland. Copeland trying to penetrate, pull up, jump from 15 feet is good. Brianna Copeland, the freshman out of Suffolk, Virginia, with the jumper. Pull Chowan within 4. Hawks need a little bit of shooting. They were 3 for 14 in that first quarter. Here's a foul right front by Lee as she tried to get right in front of the quickness of Asia Deal. For Lee, it's foul number 1.
I just want to go back to something real quick that I really like that Chowan did at the end of that last quarter. I don't really like waiting until the very last second to put up a shot like a lot of people do. I like putting it up with a few seconds left so you got a chance at a rebound or tip in.
Here's Deal jumping deep right-hand corner is no good. Left-hand corner, that is. Coca with the long rebound. Coca going to come front court and wheel it around and reset the offense. Early in the second quarter here, here's another steal by Chowan. This time Luster knocks it away. 10 turnovers now for the Hawks.
Wow.
Chowan's got to do a much better job of taking care of the basketball here the rest of the way. They're going to be a down straight since Elizabeth City State's doing a pretty good job taking advantage of it. And Luster's left-handed runner is good.
Yeah, she just bullied her way in there.
Yeah, just threw it up and it went in. Luster with 4 and back to a 6-point advantage here for the Vikings. You talking about Elizabeth City State living by the 3? They were 2 of 6. Chowan was 2 of 9 in that first quarter. So here's Copeland trying to penetrate. She's going to take an extra step and travel with it. So the turnovers continue to plague Chowan here.
Somewhat of a challenging game so far, especially for the Hawks offense.
Well, I think what's given Chowan some trouble here, Robert, is the quickness of Elizabeth City State. Deal and Brown are very quick on the outside. And you throw in Porter as well, and Holmes that is, and this team's very quick.
Yeah, Vikings are very tough at guard position, and they got a little bit of size down low.
And Deal, the 5'7" freshman, is off to a good start. She and Brown both with 7 each. Ball's knocked away inside and out of bounds off of Elizabeth City State. Good job of Joanne Williams to get her hands on it. Not Williams, but Destiny Robinson to get her hands on it. So it's Coker, Lee, Copeland, Robinson, and Taliana Green. Tialana Green on the lineup for Chowan. She's got the basketball here and got a pocket pick.
Wow.
She kind of looked away, and I tell you, that's a nice steal that time, and we'll go back the other way, and it's going to belong to Elizabeth City State. Is knocking out of the hands of Angel James was Mariah Coker. Here's Green out of the lineup. Daniel Weldon, who played briefly in that first quarter, back in the lineup. Chowan needs some protection out of Daniel Weldon here. Here's Luster at the high post. Brown fires up a 3 on the left, and is money. Jalen Brown, who's the sixth best three-point shooter in the league at 34.7 on the season, just notched her second three of the afternoon. She's already in double digits with 10 and the biggest lead by either team here. Matter of fact, Chowan has not led in this game of 9 here at 21-12 here for Elizabeth City. Here's the ball getting away from Robinson inside, another Chowan turnover.
That was just kind of a bad pass right there. She was heading the other way and threw it behind her.
Joanne Williams will in the lineup. Robinson will step out. Here's Holmes back in for Elizabeth City State. She'll replace Angel James. Elizabeth City State will try to score after another Chowan turnover here. Here's Holmes with it across the timeline. She'll move to the left side. Copeland trying to apply pressure. He'll hand it away. On the near side to Deal to get it inside to Luster. She can't convert, and Joanne Williams grabs it off the glass for Chowan. Hawks need a bucket here with 7:20 going to half. Down 9. Here's Lee at the high post to Williams, and let's see, we got a whistle underneath. And the foul underneath is going to be on Luster for Elizabeth City State. And it's going to be her second foul. So let's see if Antonio Davis looks to leave his leading scorer in the lineup here. Williams from the high post. Joanne's going to travel with it, trying to make a move inside. Showing 3 consecutive trips down the floor, ends in turnovers. Fortunately, Elizabeth City State hasn't made any headway on the last 2. Far side with the basketball works Porter. Porter from Kentucky lays it up inside, won't go. Got her own rebound, works against Williams. As bodies hit the floor, Luster can't convert. As Chowan's having an awful tough time on the defensive glass. Finally, Lee comes out of there with it for Chowan. She goes inside, spins around Brown, off the glass and scores. Nice play by Lee. She just made a nice move around Brown to clear herself some space, and Antonio Davis wants a timeout here. And let's see if this is going to be a full timeout or a 30-second timeout. And looks like they're going to be a media timeout as well. 6:43 to go in the first half. Chowan on the short end of a 21-14 score here at home to Elizabeth City State.
So we turn it up, yeah, we turning it up. Ain't got no tears in my body, I ran up, but boy, I like it, I like it, I like it. Don't matter how, what, when, who tries it, we out here vibing, we vibing, we vibing. Come out, even when it's raining down, can't stop now, can't stop, so shut your mouth, shut your mouth.
.6:43 to go in the half. Chowan trails here at home to Elizabeth City State. In his first Northern Division matchup of the season for both of these teams. These two teams will get together again coming up in February down at the Bobby Vaughn Center on the campus of Elizabeth City State University. Here's Brown, hands it away to Holmes, who wanted to go back to Brown, but Brown had moved away. Inside, nice move, and they get it the ball to Luster. That's a nice penetration move that time to Holmes to set up Luster for a third field goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, the Hawks really haven't had an answer for Luster.
They have not. Here's a penetration move, and a runner here by Coker is good.
Wow.
Nobody cut Mariah Coker off. The junior from out of Portsmouth lays it up and in with a little runner in the lane. Here's Brown out on the left, pushes away to Holmes on the far side to Porter. Porter looks to Deal, now to high post to Luster. Luster turn right, face of the basket. Now we'll back up, now goes inside on Weldon, spins around and scores on the left-handed layup. Luster is terrific inside. She handles the basketball so well. Young lady from out of Richmond. She prepped at John Marshall High School up in Richmond, but went on to Pensacola Junior College. And that's where Coach Davis found her. Here's Copeland's three, and it's good when Chowan needed it. How about Brianna Copeland? Her career high is 3 starting today. She already has 5. And it's 25-18. Elizabeth City State as they nearly throw it away, but Brown will chase it down right in front of the Chowan bench. So we near the halfway point of the second quarter here from the Jessie. Here's Brown, step back jump over Weldon, short, went right to Copeland on the far side. Good job by Weldon to step out and kind of offset the shot that time by Brown. Lee, she's got to look at a wide open three, and this is well off the iron on the far side, and Brown all alone underneath grabs the rebound.
There's been a couple possessions where I've noticed Asia Deal has been wide open on the wing, and they're just not giving her the ball. I don't know if maybe that's not her spot or if her teammates don't trust her, but she's been wide open.
I saw her make a couple of nice ones from that spot earlier, so maybe that's the Chowan's advantage.
Yeah.
Here's Luster inside. Nice crossover dribble to get away from Weldon, and Weldon fouling the basket's good.
Or, I mean, you can just give it to her and let her drive.
That was a nice crossover move, and Luster went right by Weldon. And Danielle's going to pick up her second foul. She's going to have to come out of the lineup as Luster now starting to find some weakness inside this Chowan interior defense. She's got 10 to go along with 10 from Brown. Matter of fact, Deal, Brown, and Luster have all 27 points here for Elizabeth City State.
I don't know if I would call this confidence or ignorance, but they're just going to let the Hawks get the rebound again.
Well, Luster with a 77% free throw shooter, and that's why. But some coaches do a little differently.
Yeah,
you don't want to risk some fouls early. Maybe it might not be bad. 28-19 matches the biggest lead of the half here for Elizabeth City State. Chowan is yet to lead in this. The last time Chowan was here on the Helm Center floor was back right after Christmas against Catawba, and it was not a very good effort that day, and Chowan's going to turn it over again. Matter of fact, on January the 3rd, that's a 15th first half turnover for Chowan. Chowan averages 19.7 a game. Here's Elizabeth City State, who's taking advantage of most of those turnovers off the Deal. Deal wheels back out front, the back door to Brown, who's she'll fire it up over Bagley, and it rolls in. That's good recognition by Deal to find Brown on the backside. 30-19, double-digit lead now here for Elizabeth City State here at Chowan. Copeland hands it away to Lee. Off to Coker, her three rims out. Rebounded underneath, and Bagby's over the back of Porter. So Jakiri Bagby's saddled with her second foul. She'll join Pettaway and Weldon in that two-foul category. And she'll get out of the lineup. But Destiny Robinson will get in for Chowan. Coach LaToya Jones looking for combinations going to work against the Winston-Salem State team is playing really well in this first half. Shooting 36.4% compared to Chowan shooting, 35%. But what's helped Elizabeth City State, they're starting to cash in on some of those Chowan turnovers here. Here's Deal out front with it. The Deal is a big-time player in this team for Elizabeth City State. Her jumper's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Chowan, but Deal's quickness on the perimeter, along with Brown, is really giving Chowan fits here in the first half.
And earlier we were speaking about Elizabeth City living and dying by the three ball. They really flipped the script on us because now just about everything's inside in the paint.
Well, Chowan's 3 for 12 behind the arc. Elizabeth City's 3 of 8. Here's Lee at the high post to Williams. Williams moves, goes in the lane. We're going to call out on the perimeter. Foul's going to be whistled on Asia Deal for Elizabeth City State. It's going to be her. Is it going to be her second? Or first, and the second team foul for Elizabeth City State. Coker looking to get it inbounds. He gets it to Weldon. Williams in a 5-second violation for Chowan. So another Chowan miscue. And Chowan's going to apply some pressure in the backcourt. This could be interesting. As they apply pressure in the backcourt. Once again, Chowan's won 6 straight in this series. They lead the series 10-9. But Elizabeth City State's playing very well right now, and it stays like this, they're going to break that streak. But still a long ways to go. 3:27 to go in the first half. Pretty good crowd here this afternoon.
Yeah, especially for a Saturday.
Students came back last weekend. Of course, a lot of students had a 3-day weekend with the holiday on Monday, so I take it a lot of students probably went home. Here's Brown out on the left. Kicks it away to Holmes. Holmes in the corner to Deal. High arching three is no good. Long rebound comes off to Coker. Here's Coker, 1-on-3. Coker's going to go coast to coast. Lost the basketball, recovered underneath by Porter. Porter stripped Coker and took it right away. Here's the Vikings back the other way with it. Holmes with it out on the left. She double dribbles with it. 3:03 to go in the half here from the Jessie. 30-19, Elizabeth City State Lady Vikings looking to win for the 12th time this season, get to 5-4 in league play. Chowan trying to win for the 11th time, trying to get to 7-1 in league play. First opening division, Northern Opening Division games for both of these teams. Here's Copeland, a little hesitation on the dribble, gets it to lead, and back to Copeland. The freshman from Suffolk's had a good first half here for the Hawks. 5 points, a career high. Here's Williams at the high post, dumps it inside to Robinson. She tried to scoop it up and score, and she got fouled underneath.
I feel like we've been stuck on 30-19 for quite a while now.
Yeah, Vikings foul underneath on Marquita Porter, her first and the team third. So Chowan will inbounds, baseline left, baseline right. In the corner it goes to Copeland. Copeland pulls up the dribble, and we got a 3-second violation against Chowan. Wow. Turnover number 18 for the Hawks. They come in averaging 19.7. I think it's a pretty good chance they'll go over the average today.
I think so.
Might do it in the first half here. Here's Deal Banks and DeBrown on the penetration move off the handling the press. Good job of the Vikings handling the press offense and getting an easy shot from Brown, who now has 14 to lead all scores. Biggest lead of the afternoon for either team, 32-19. Chowan will throw it away again. Coker trying to get it inside to Robinson, and she threw it overhead and out of bounds. Boy, you had to know, Robert, sooner or later that Elizabeth City was going to start taking advantage of some of these turnovers here.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you have maybe quite possibly might have 20 by the end of the first half.
And, you know, the thing that's really interesting about Elizabeth City State, they're doing a good job. You talk about doing some stuff inside. Chowan has given up 10 offensive boards to Elizabeth City in the first half. Deal light front to Holmes. She'll fight the three. Went in and came out. Rebounded by Pitts. Another offensive board, and Robinson's going to get fouled after getting a rebound. Let's see who the guilty party is going to be here for the Vikings. Looks like it's going to be whistled on Serena Pitts, her first and the team fourth here for Elizabeth City State.
And we did play Elizabeth City State. Was it the men's or the women's, or
the men.
possibly both? Okay.
The men.
And that was an out-of-conference game.
Yes.
So, and this will be an in-conference game for them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else from here on out will be conference games, with the exception of the doubleheader here in early February against Salem International. Coker pulls up the dribble in the corner to Copeland. Chowan has not scored since the 5:38 mark, so it's been 4 minutes since the Hawks have scored, and we got a whistle on the far side of the floor. Whistle's going to be on Porter, her second. And Antonio Davis said, look at the score when he called for the foul. Said you can't foul that far away from the basket and the time running down in the court. And he is letting Porter know about it over here. And free throws up and good by Joanne Williams. So Joanne's made all 3 of her free throws today. This is Joanne's first point in 4 minutes. And Williams missed the second. I jinxed her. 5 points for Joanne, 8 for Coker to lead the way for Chowan, 14 for Brown to lead the way for the Vikings. And it's a 32-20 advantage here for the visitors from down at the River City with 1:25 to go in the first half. Here's Deal back out front. Chowan's going to drop back in a 2-3 zone now to Holmes. Far side, they work in the corner.
Wide open.
To Porter. Here's Brown straight on, missed the shot, rebounded by Pitts, and Lee picks her pocket. Lee with the steal out on the right. Jada will turn around and walk at front court. Chowan needs some buckets in his final 65 seconds to get a little mo going into halftime. Here's Robinson at the high post. Nice move on Ryan Pitts. Her left-handed layup is good. That's a nice move by the freshman.
Yeah, that's big right there to cut it down to 10.
Correction, that is Destiny Robinson. Porter with it on the right. Kicks it away to Holmes, who nearly stepped backcourt with it, but she's able to save it. 36 seconds to shoot, or 36 seconds to play in the half. 9 seconds to shoot for the Vikings. Here's Deal, backs away to Holmes. She goes and gets Copeland out in the corner to Porter. Shot clock may expire. We got a whistle on Porter. She leaned in and knocked Lee to the deck. So Marquita Porter becomes the first play in this ball game to reach 3 fouls on the afternoon. And Chowan's going to have the chance to shoot the last shot if they elect to do so, as the shot clock has gone dark with 25 seconds left in the half. Coker, far side, it goes to Copeland. Copeland with extended minutes here in the second quarter, giving Chowan some good ones as well. Lee pushing away to Coker. Coker near side to Copeland, and as Copeland's going to travel with it. The reason Copeland's playing today, Robert, so much is because Kayla Hendricks is out under concussion protocol. in the spill that she took up at Livingstone on Monday night.
That's always a tough one. There's nothing much you can really do to recover. No rehab for that, really.
So Elizabeth City State's got plenty of time to do something with it. With 9.8 seconds to go. Here's Holmes getting by Copeland. Copeland knocked it away, recovered by Leo. Thought she had it. A jump ball with 3.1 seconds to go, and it might be Elizabeth City State basketball still. And it will. So they still have 3.1 seconds to go. Bob would locate Brown, and nobody did. And the shot blocked away by Robinson right at the last minute. They had Deal stationed on one corner, Brown in the other. Brown got it, but Destiny Robinson hustles that and gets the block. We'll go to the halftime with Chowan down 32-22. They led trail by as many as 13 in the first half and never tasted a lead in the first half as Vikings lead it here at the break, 32-22. We'll take a little break, come back and look at the individual numbers, team numbers, and a lot more here at halftime from the Jesse here this afternoon, where the Hawks trail Elizabeth City State 32-22 in our opening this afternoon. You're listening and watching it on GoCUHawks.com.
She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan.
Drop top, how we rolling down on Calling South Beach. Yeah. Look like Kelly rolling, this might be my destiny. Yeah. She want me to eat it, I guess then it's on me. You know I got the sauce like a recipe. She just wanna do it for the grand. She just want this money in my hand. I'ma give it to her when she dance, dance, dance. She gon' catch a Uber out the Calabasas.
She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan.
I think you got the wrong impression about me, baby. Just cause they heard what hood I'm from, they think I'm crazy. Okay, well maybe just a little crazy. Cause I admit I'm crazy about that lady, yeah. Finger to the world, let's you pay. I've been slaving, done the cause I'm running out of patience. No more waiting, no. Bouncing like a yo-yo. Living life on fast forward, but we slow-mo, yeah.
She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan.
I can't wait for the show. Got that good, yeah, I know. You should not be alone. All this drink got me low. Car got me right, and I feel so alive. Hey, she don't wanna think, she don't wanna be no wife. She just wanna stay out late, she just wanna stay away. Can't tell her nothing, no, can't tell her nothing, no.
She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan.
Chowan maybe needs to call Jackie Chan and get some help here in the first half. Chowan's been awful handling the basketball in the first half. 20 turnovers here have led to 16 points off turnovers for Elizabeth City State. And the Vikings lead by 10 here to break 32-22. Again, it's Hodges back here. Courtside at Bob Burke Court. Pretty good crowd in the Heights today to witness this one. both teams really not burning it up from the field. Chowan Elizabeth City State 13 of 40. They have double the amount of shots than Chowan here in the first half. Chowan at 8 of 21 for 36.1%. But here's two stats here that tell a lot about what's going on here, and that's Elizabeth City State out-rebounded 21 to 19 on rebound advantage over Chowan. But the big key is 11 offensive boards in the first half here for the Vikings, and Chowan had just turned over the ball way too much with 20 first half turnovers. So that's where we stand here at the break. We'll take a little break. Come back and look at the individual numbers. Not a lot to tell you about from Elizabeth City State. They have three players have all the points, but they've done it very well here in the first half. Chowan's is balanced out with some key players, so Chowan have yet to scratch here in this ball game. We'll come back to tell you more here on this Saturday afternoon in January, third one of the year. And it finds Elizabeth City State here on the road against Chowan, and they lead our Hawks here by a count of 32-22. And you're listening to it and watching it on GoCUHawks.com. Don't forget to join us coming up next Saturday. We'll be right back here at the Jesse as Chowan will play host to Bowie State. 2 o'clock tip for the ladies, 4 o'clock for the guys. Both Chowan teams will get on the road and head to Pennsylvania this week to tangle with Lincoln coming up on Wednesday night. But we'll be back with you here on GoCUHawks.com next Saturday as Chowan hosts Bowie State and a CIAA doubleheader. Here at the break here at Chowan. Chowan on the short end with 32-22 score. The Elizabeth City State team is much improved over a year ago and led by one of the best players in the league, if not the best player in the league, in Jalen Brown, who got 14 points. Also, let's take a look at the Chowan scoring in the first half. 8 points for Mariah Coker, 5 each for Brianna Copeland, and Joanne Williams in the first half. 2 points for Destiny Robinson and 2 for Jada Lee. Danielle Weldon, Jakara Bagby, Olivia Gaither, all did not score, as did Jordan Petaway in that first half. Chowan's got to have some production from that group of kids if they're going to be successful here this afternoon. Elizabeth City State's done all their work offensively with 3 players, led by Brown with 14, 11 for Natira Luster, who averages 18.8 a game, and 7 for Asia Deal, the freshman who out of Norfolk, who's a really terrific player. You got to think down the road, CIAA Rookie of the Year just might come to the lady that we're watching today out of Norfolk, Asia Deal. Had to break, Chowan trails 32-22. We'll be back to take a look around the league, take a look at the standings here when we return to high above Bob Burt's court here for this afternoon's matchup between Chowan and Elizabeth City State. So finds the Chowan ladies down at the break, 32-22.
This is perfect. Come kiss me one more time. I couldn't dream this up, even if I tried. You and me in this moment feels like magic, don't it? I'm right where I wanna be. Everybody's talking about heaven like they just can't wait to go. Saying how it's gonna be so good, so beautiful. Lying next to you in this bed with you, I ain't convinced. Cause I don't know how heaven could be better than this. I swear you're an angel sent to this world. What did I do right to deserve you, girl? I could stay here forever. I'd be fine if we never had to even leave this room. Everybody's talking about heaven like they just can't wait to go. They're saying how it's gonna be so good, so beautiful. Lying next to you in this bed with you, I ain't convinced. Cause I don't know how heaven could be better than this. Could be better than this. Everybody's talking about heaven like they just can't wait to go. Saying how it's gonna be so good, so beautiful. Lying next to you in this bed with you, I ain't convinced. Cause I don't know how heaven could be better than this. Could be better than this. I swear this is perfect. Come kiss me one more.
This is one of 6 games being played in the CIAA today, and Elizabeth City State has the better over here at Chowan, leading 32-22. Everybody playing in divisional play today. This is the opening Saturday of division play for both Northern Division and Southern Division teams. Here in the state of North Carolina this afternoon, Winston-Salem State is in Raleigh at St. Augustine's. That was a 2 o'clock tip. Lincoln is at Bowie State for a 2 o'clock tip. Claffey up in Salisbury today from out of South Carolina with a 2 o'clock tip as well. Had a 5:30 tip this afternoon between Fayetteville State, Johnson C. Smith. Coming up tonight up at the brand new arena up in Virginia State. It'll be Virginia State hosting Virginia Union. It is a 6 o'clock tip for the ladies. Take a look at these standings this season. Bowie State's off to a great start under Sade Swong, the 4-year head coach. Has her team at 15-1 on the year, at 7-0 in the CIAA. Chowan at 6-1, 10-6. Virginia Union 5-1, 13-1. Virginia State uncharacteristically off to a 2-3 start in league play, and 7-6 overall. Elizabeth City State 4-4, 11-7, and Lincoln at 3-4 and 9-9. You look at the Southern Division. Clapham at 6-4 and 9-8. Winston-Salem at 4-2 and 8-8. Johnson C. Smith 4-2 and 7-9. Fayetteville State 3-3 and 8-6. St. Augustine's 1-7, 2-13. Livingstone and Shaw now they haven't gone to a conference game yet. Livingstone 0-6 and 3-13. Shaw, man, what a turnaround for John Curtis's team. 0-7 and 4-12. That was a kingpin in this league at one time. Well, Coach Curtis got a lot of work to do to get this thing turned back around for Shaw University. Let's look at our stats and our schedule this afternoon. We'll take one final break, come back and tip off the second half. Chowan with some work to do. They trail here at home to the Vikings of Elizabeth City, 32-22.
Spent 24 hours, I need more hours with you. You spent the weekend getting even. Ooh. We spent the late nights making things right between us. But now it's all good, babe. Roll that backward, babe, and let me close. Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Second half underway. Chowan with the basketball as they work to the west end of the floor here, Bob Burke Court. Here's Gaither with the basketball, showing the original starting lineup to start the second half. We had three players in that original starting lineup. They didn't score in that first half. Here's Gaither, who's one of them. She misses a three one here. An air ball.
Good thing we're not in the opposing gym. That would have been taken too kindly to.
Yeah, it wouldn't. So Vikings, who lived off Chowan turnovers in the first half, have a chance to start the second half with the first bucket here after Chowan misfires on the opening possession. In the corner of Brown, back on the right wing, works Deal. Chowan still back in this 2-3 zone. There it goes to home. Skip past to Brown. He's wide open. She'll arch up a three, and it went in and came out. Jada Lee is going to slip over and grab the rebound from the left side of the foul lane. Here's Lee. Backs it inside to Weldon, who's scoreless today. Up over Luster. Won't go. Rebounded underneath by Porter. Porter pushes away to Holmes. Holmes coming down the left side off the Deal. Deal tried to fake up Williams, go around, and she's going to be called for the travel. First turnover of the second half here for either team. Chowan forced 9 in the first half against the Vikings, while committing 20 themselves. So here the Hawks with it, as 1 minute is gone here in the third quarter. Lee, deep right corner, caught in the double team. Now has to do something with it. Somehow escapes the double team. Over the corner to Coker on the left side. Coker with a couple of dribbles. Now back to Lee. She'll spot up for the three, and it's missed. Chowan continues to have troubles from the three. Babby couldn't hold the rebound. This is Luster with it. Luster and Deal coming front court. Luster with a nice move. Coker's going to reach in and foul her. For Mariah, Coker is personal number 1 of the day. First team foul for either team here in the second half.
I think if it was a little bit more crisp of a pass down here on our end, that Coker might have popped it, but just a little bit out of her range. Couldn't quite pull it.
So Luster stands at the free throw line, reties those pink laces in a shoe. All the Elizabeth City State players with pink laces. Robert mentioned it early in the ball game here. We'll have the pink zone game here at Chowan before the season's out. Chowan ladies will wear their pink uniform as Luster misses the free throw.
Jordan Petaway checking in.
And into the lineup for Elizabeth City State, replacing Porter, is going to be Serena Pitts. 6'2" redshirt freshman for Raleigh. She played briefly in that first half. Elizabeth City State, but she is scoreless. Luster misses the first free throw. She's got a second one coming due to the two-shot opportunity. And arches this one up, and this one's good. Luster's first point in the second half. Matter of fact, she's got the absolute first point in the second half for either one of these teams. 33-22, Elizabeth City State with the advantage. They've led the entire way. Off to Gaither. Gaither almost lost it, but recovered. Bounce away to Coker. Coker's three ball, no good. Chowan still struggling from the arc today. And now 3 of 15 beyond the arc. Vikings race the other way. Deal spots up, right corner. It's an air ball. Neither team really finding the range here to start the second half. We played nearly 2 minutes, and we've had one free throw for a point. Coco works out between the rings. Now gets Bagby to come out and join in the backcourt. She'll push it away to the freshman. She penetrates off to Coco. Coco lows baseline to Ryan Brown. Inside to Weldon. We got a jump ball. As Holmes just reached in and tied Danielle Weldon, and so that gives the Vikings the basketball in alternating possession. Chowan Robert just doesn't look quite as crisp passing the basketball today.
It seems just a little off. Everything seems a little bit off. They're making bad passes. They're taking bad shots. I'll tell you what, Weldon's really been laborious down there. I mean, she has really been battling, but just haven't been able to get the ball to her. And when they have, she really hasn't made that large of an impact. And she's a huge player for the Hawks.
Yeah, she is. She is scoreless this afternoon. She's the leading scorer at 13.5 a game. She is scoreless. Porter in the corner to Deal. The two freshmen play a little too late a game out on the left wing. They had the high post to Luster. Luster caught in the triple team. Goes in the corner to Deal. Deal a couple dribbles. Bounced it away to Porter. Porter was looking to get it to Brown. Couldn't inside. And penetration by Deal. Off to Porter. She'll take it right down the lane. Off the glass. No good. She got her own rebound and lost it out of bounds. Came down and bounced it off her knee. Did the 5'10 junior from out of Louisville, Kentucky. And what Coach Antonio Davis has only two players on his bench that played against Chowan a year ago. And one of them hasn't played today, and that's Devonna Stale.
Talk about a high turnover rate.
Here's Petaway from the free throw line. Missed. Rebounded by Weldon. That's
there
the first
go.
bucket of the afternoon. So Danielle Weldon on the follows. Pulls the Hawks within 9 at 33-24. 7:05 is showing on our third quarter clock here from Chowan.
See, all we got to do is talk it into existence.
And here's Porter going to travel with it. She was trying to go inside against Bagby. She took an extra step. And Pitt's back in the lineup for Porter here for Coach Antonio Davis and the Vikings, who have a trip to Pennsylvania coming up this week. They travel up to play Lincoln Chowan. I believe I said earlier Chowan was going to Lincoln. Elizabeth City State's going to Lincoln. Chowan's headed to Virginia State on Wednesday. And back here next Saturday to host Bowie State. Here's Bagby from the free throw line. Her first field goal banks in. Sometimes you need a little luck to get you going. The bank is open. It's Hawks have put in 7. Antonio Davis sees things slipping for his Vikings. He asked for the timeout. And that'll get us to the media timeout. 6:39 to go in the half. Chowan down, but making a little run here. They trail by 7. 33-26 with 6:39 to go in the court. Viking basketball out of the timeout. The Vikings lead here at Chowan by a score of 33-26. Got inside is Robert Burns here on the GoCUHawks.com network this afternoon to bring you this one. His deal has had a good game out front, pushes it away to Holmes. Holmes penetration goes around Bagby, looped it up, wouldn't go. But Luster's there to recover on the far side. Now back out front it comes the deal. Shot clock did not change because the shot didn't draw iron. Back door to Holmes and she'll lay it in.
That's just good basketball.
Yeah, good playmaking that time by the Vikings. They get it to Holmes just as the shot clock was about to expire. She becomes the first player other than Brown, Deal, and Luster to score here today for Elizabeth City. As they lead it now 9, 35-26. Petaway penetrating, run off the right side is good. Chowan could use Jordan Petaway to catch fire here in the second half.
A little bit of momentum swinging to the Hawks side. Crowd getting into it a little bit.
Chowan's starting to shoot it a little better, but they're still down 7 here. That's Petaway's first bucket. Far side it goes to Deal. One thing Chowan's doing is taking care of the basketball. After 20 first half turnovers, They don't have but one here in the second half.
I mean, it's hard to get much worse than they were in the first half.
Here's the ball lost, but Holmes recovers and gets fouled. She got the basketball and pushed it right up and got fouled on the play. Foul for Chowan's going to be whistled. Going to be on Jakiri Bagby. It's going to be her third, and it becomes Chowan's second team foul in this second half. And headed to the line, it's going to be Danae Holmes, 5'7" junior out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And she knocks down the free throw. Holmes a 77% free throw shooter. Like I mentioned earlier, Mississippi State's the best free throw shooting team in the league, but she makes only one of two, and Williams got it for Chowan. Chowan could use a three ball right here. Down 36-28. Here's Coco out on the ring. We're backing back up over to Bagby to Pettaway. Pettaway with a long three off the left. She got it. Jordan Pettaway, he was scoreless in the first half. Got 5 here in the third quarter, and Chowan's as close as they've been in a while at 36-31. As we near the halfway point of this third period here from Chowan this afternoon. Brown nearly double dribble with it. Now she gets it to the high post to Pitts, and she lost it out of bounds, or did she get fouled? Foul's going to be on Weldon. It's going to be a third. So Danielle will reach in and gets fouled. That'll get Chowan to go to the bench again, and we're going to have a media timeout. 4:57 to go in the third. Chowan trailing here at home, 36-31 to the Vikings of Elizabeth City State. Back for more after this short timeout.
Like a rainy Sunday morning makes me want to stay in bed, twisted up all day long. You're my inspiration, girl, you take me places, put the words right into these songs. Stealing kisses undercover, babe, see forever when I see your face. And I swear God made you for me. You make it easy, loving up on you, make it easy with every little thing you do. You're my sunshine in the darkest days, my better half, my saving grace. You make me who I wanna be. You make it easy. You took all my rough around the edges, never let it ruffle up your feathers, angel. Yeah, I'm down for life, you got me wrapped around your finger, and I like it just in case you can't.
De'Ara Carter comes in lineup doing the timeout, replacing Weldon, who just got hit with a third foul. As Elizabeth City with inbounds underneath their own bucket, trying to add to this 5-point lead they have here at Chowan. Vikings have led the entire way. A spot up corner jumper for three is good for Holmes. Nobody picked up Holmes, and Holmes has all 6 of her points here in the second half. She is the only one person that has scored from the field in the second half for the Vikings. They now lead at 39-31. Here's Gaylor going out on the right. She'll pull up just inside the arc. A little strong off the glass and rebounded underneath. A good block out by Holmes. Holmes pushes it off to Brown. She's looking for her first bucket in the second half. This one's short. Joanne Williams hustles to grab a rebound, and coming over the foul is going to be Holmes. Holmes just couldn't stop. She was trying to beat Williams to the mark. She just couldn't stop. And she picks up the foul. Here's Sydney Neal in for Carter for Chowan.
Yeah, they missed a really big opportunity for an easy bucket right there.
Might not have been a bad foul by Holmes, to be honest, if you're Elizabeth City. Here's Coco to the high post, another steal. This is Luster on the steal, step right in front of Gaither, and she'll take it all the way for the left-handed layup.
I mean,
I tell you, Luster can move pretty quickly, and she wears that big knee brace.
I mean, to me, it just doesn't even look fair. She's just dominating.
Yeah, she is doing a nice job inside. She stepped right in front of that pass. She has 14 to tie Brown for game-high honors. So after Chowan at pull within 5 is now a 41-31 lead over the Vikings with 3:54 to go in the third period. Gaither trying to go baseline, hands it away to Pettaway. Pettaway loops it out front to Coker. Trying to go high post and lost the basketball. Taken away here by Deal. Deal trying to go inside, spins in the lane, hands it away to Holmes, who got it to go and got fouled on the play.
Wow.
When it's working, it's working.
Man, she took some contact, had a little 360 action too, and still drained it.
And the foul is going to be whistled on Jordan Pettaway, I believe. Let's see. as Coker's going to come out of the lineup, but ball just slipped out of Coker's hands that time. And Chowan wants a timeout here. And probably a good one by Coach Latoya Jones as her team is down 43-31. A lot of people on campus today, a lot of visitors. I know some football recruits on recruiting trips here today. I heard some of the people talking about a big day here for the Falcon Scholarship Day here at Chowan. So a lot of people visiting, you know, a lot of kids still looking to make their decisions where they want to go to college next year out of high school. So been a lot of people on the campus here, Robert, here in the early part of the second semester.
Yeah, we've been pretty packed lately. I mean, we have some people coming out and watching our practices, and that's a pretty good sign that, you know, the student body's back and people are back. That's really exciting. It excites me anyways.
Well, you guys started up, what, a couple weeks from today?
Yes, sir. I think we have 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and it's right back, you know.
Yeah, Coker, I believe, is normally who Chowan starts with.
Absolutely. We're playing Coker at Murphy, or here.
And the first time Chowan will play in Conference Carolinas is the baseball participating member. Out of the timeout, Holmes completes the three-point play. How about Holmes at 8 second-half points? She's done the work to increase this lead as Elizabeth City's on a 7-0 run now, leads at 44-31 with 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Here's Petaway with it on the right wing. Good pressure by Deal. Far side it goes to Lee. Lee looking to get rid of it. Now penetrates on the far side to Petaway. Off to Gaither. Gaither looking at her first field goal of the afternoon. She's short on this one. Rebounded by Luster, and she lost the basketball. And Lee's had to take it away. Good job by Jada because Brown was all alone at the other end. And stole it away inside, taken away from front of Neal by Luster, who made a nice move to get around Neal to get the basketball. 4 turnovers in the second half at the 20 in the first half. Chowan Brown. Out front it comes to Holmes. Deal had a notion, didn't take it. Now trying to work against the pressure from Lee. Kicks it far side to Brown. She'll arch up a 3-ball right in front of the Elizabeth City bench. No good. Tapped out by Neal, but recovered by Deal. Deal goes inside, lost the basketball, but Pitts is there to recover. Boy, she almost threw it away, but somehow managed to hold on to it. Holmes working out between the rings as Antonio Davis, the first-year head coach for the Vikings, stomping his feet and giving direction. But he hasn't had to do much stomping today. His team's played really well here, and they lead at 44-31. 8 seconds to shoot in this possession here for Elizabeth City. And Brown off to Deal. Deal working against Williams, and her runner's an air ball. The 30-second shot clock violation here for the Vikings. And here's Danielle Weldon, his saddle with 3 fouls, getting ready to come back in the lineup here.
Just from the reactions from the coaches, I think that's the most frustrating thing for them is when the shot clock runs out and they don't put up a shot. Just judging by their reaction.
Oh, yeah.
So he's pretty animated.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got 30 seconds to do something with it. You know, it's so you had plenty of time. Here's Lee on the right wing, working right in front of the home side here at Chowan, or the blue seats. If you're familiar with the layout here at Chowan, and Neal can't hold it inside, that becomes another Chowan turnover. As Porter quickly bounces off the Elizabeth City bench, and she'll get back in the lineup. Joanne Williams getting attended to on the near side. Looks like she might be a little bit winded here. And Vikings come front court again with the basketball. Looking to extend the lead. Chowan's been hung on 31 since the 5:13 mark of this quarter. And it was 36-31 at that time. Now it's 44-31. So an 8-0 run that Elizabeth City State's working on and looking to add to it here. Off to Deal. Deal goes inside. Chowan doesn't cut her off. She can't convert on the layup. Petaway grabs it off the glass for the Hawks, pushes away to Lee. Lee coming down the near side. Jada will back it back up right in front of the standing Chowan coaching staff. Petaway drills a 3 from deep left-hand corner. Petaway's come to play here in the second half. She's got 8. And it cuts the deficit to 10 now with 80 seconds left in this third period here from Chowan today. Brown's got it out between the rings. Kicks it near side to Holmes. Holmes looking to get rid of it. Right front it goes to Deal. Far side on the left wing works Brown. Brown going inside. Passes to Luster at the high post. Nice pass, but Luster couldn't convert. Rebounded by Porter, and she fouled on the way back up. Another offensive rebound here for the Vikings. They have just worked Chowan on the offensive glass today.
Yeah, and the Hawks have done a lot better job on their side of the ball, protecting the ball, but like you said, a lot of offensive rebounds given up.
That it has been, and here's Porter at the line. Markia Porter. It's an 83% free throw shooter on the year. She's 24-29. And she missed here. That'll hurt the average a little bit. And here's Destiny Robinson back in for Sydney Neal. Shot for Porter missed again, so 83% free throw shooters misses both. Maybe that's a sign of good things to come here for the Hawks as we enter the final minute of the third quarter. Chowan on the short end of a 44-34 score. Here's Lee, pull-up jumper, 18 feet, left side, front of the iron, no good. Deal's got the rebound, and Lee runs into her and picks up foul number 2. That'll be the 15th foul against Chowan, so we'll walk the other end for 2 shots for Aisha Deal. With the clock paused with 49.4 seconds to go in this third quarter. Legendary coach Bobby Vaughn just walking into the building here. Long-time men's basketball coach down in Elizabeth City. Matter of fact, the basketball arena and the physical fitness center named after Coach Vaughn, the Bobby Vaughn Center, as Deal makes the free throw. But Deal, she's an 82% free throw shooter.
Deal at the line, 1 shot left.
Couple of dribbles, and the freshman from out of Norfolk drills the 2 free throws. She's got 9 for Elizabeth City State, 46-34. Elizabeth City's 1 point away from matching their biggest lead this afternoon. Koga out on the right wing, back out front it comes to Petaway. On the far side to Coker. Coker comes to the middle of the floor and that back to Petaway. Petaway trying to penetrate against pressure from Holmes. Cannot over the lead. 8 to shoot. They loop it inside to Weldon. Weldon caught in the double team. Back to Lee. She'll launch up a jumper. Left corner, no good. Petaway coming through the lane for the rebound. And Chowan's got the final 18 seconds of the third quarter to try to cut in this 12-point disadvantage here. Skip pass to Coker with 12. Now to Weldon. Got it down in a low block. Caught in the double team between Luster and Brown. Inside to Lee. Lee's faked up a couple of defenders. Misses badly. Recovered by Robinson. And she got fouled. They had a lot of good opportunities, Robert. It was a good flurry offensively. He just couldn't get it to drop.
Get a chance at some free points right here.
So here's Deal picking up her second foul, and she'll send Robinson to the line. The freshman's free throw is good. Young lady from out of Hampton, Virginia. Played at Hampton High School. Have any idea what Hampton High School's mascot is?
Not quite.
The Crabbers. Second shot is missed by Robinson, rebounded by Weldon. She's got to force up the 3, and it no good. We played 3 quarters here from Chowan, and the Hawks trail 46-35. We're back for the final 10 minutes of this one after this short timeout. You listen to Chowan basketball and watch it on GoCUHawks.com. Final 10 minutes of underway here at Chowan, where the Hawks trail here as the Weldon gets fouled underneath going to the rack. She got knocked to the deck. Are they going to call her for the charge over the back here? So Danielle's picked up number 4. Chowan had pulled the deficit down to 5 in that third quarter, but you look at the numbers, you don't see how City State's doing it. They were 4-12 in the third period for 33.3%, but he was 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Chowan 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 8 beyond the arc. And Chowan turned it over 5 more times. Brown, a deep corner three, no good. Boy, that would have been make it awful tough for Chowan, and she buries that three. Would have put him down 14 here early in the period. Here's Petaway. It's going to double dribble with it. Turnover becomes the 26th of the day here for the Hawks. As Danielle Weldon will step out in the lineup, and Tialana Green in the lineup, the transfer from Winthrop.
Tialana Green in for the Hawks.
Green from Newark, New Jersey. She transferred after the first semester here to Chowan. Matter of fact, we saw her play 2 or 3 games before Christmas break. Here's Luster over in the corner with it. Back out to Porter in the far side. Works Deal. Deal trying to maneuver, gets pressure from Robinson. Pushes it away to Holmes. And Porter's going to penetrate. Kicks it over to Brown on the right. Good job by Chowan to keep this ball in the perimeter. Knocked loose by Coker as she and Holmes fight for it. And they say it's off Coker. It'll belong to Chowan.
Chowan finally giving Elizabeth City a little taste of their own medicine anyways.
Yeah. Been impressed with this Elizabeth City State team. It's got practically a new team, but when you got a player like Jalen Brown to build it around, it makes a huge difference.
Right.
And nearly a steal here on the near side by Green, but recovered by Luster. Off to Holmes. She'll penetrate. Running one-hander is no good and out of bounds. And Latoya Jones wanted a charge. She said, you've been calling it against us the whole time. Why don't you call it against them? And Anthony Davis runs down to talk with the official here. Not sure what this is about. As the official's going to stick to their guns here. Coach Davis seems to be satisfied with what the head official told him. So it belonged to Chowan, back the other way with it. After the missed shot that time by Holmes. I think it's her first one in the second half. Here's Petaway out between the rings. She works off a pick from Lee, goes to the right wing. Loops it inside to Robinson, who catches the ball between 2 defenders. She moves against Luster off to Tialana Green. Her short jump is no good, and Data Corral, it's going to be Holmes underneath. Boy, how good is Danae Holmes, the junior, being in the second half here for the Vikings. Young lady from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, has all 8 of her points in the second half. Far corner it goes to Deal. Deal trying to maneuver inside. Lee does a good job of sliding her feet to cut her off. And we got a whistle underneath, and let's see who this is going to be on. That's going to be on Green. So Green's going to pick up Chowan's foul, his second one of the fourth quarter. Tialana Green's first foul of the afternoon is going to put Deal at the line and shoot a pair of free throws. This freshman's been impressive, Robert.
Absolutely. Elizabeth City as a whole, to me, has been really impressive. I see they're in conference is 4-4.
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I know the Northern Division is tough, but
they're coming in off a 2-game losing streak. But their speed here today has given Chowan some trouble. And Chowan hasn't helped their cause with 27 turnovers either. As Deal still at the free throw line, should knock it down. Deal in double digits now with 10. It matches their biggest lead for Elizabeth City today at 48-35. We'll be followed by the men's game today. We'll take about a 20-minute break between games. And we'll have the second edition of Chowan Elizabeth City State men. That's Chowan men Elizabeth City State played in the Lawn League affair early this season. Lee, a tough runner off the left. Wouldn't go, got her own rebound. Fresh 30 seconds for the Hawks. Over in the corner to Coker. They go inside to Robinson, a push from behind on Luster. Luster's third and the team first for the Vikings here in the fourth quarter.
Chowan still working against that 2-3.
And shot will not go here for Petaway. We got a whistle underneath. Who's it going to be whistled on? It's not going to be whistled on. On Luster's going to be her fourth. That's a big foul, Robert.
That is a big foul. Takes her out of the game.
Yes, it does. They should come out of the lineup, and Pitts get in quickly for Luster, who's just picked up foul number 4.
Now would be a good time to go inside.
Lee to Green. Back out front to Petaway. Petaway with a 3 straight on. No good. Tapped right inside by Saber. Robinson to Petaway. Nice move by the freshman. Come out of Hampton to save it. Give Chowan a fresh 30 seconds to try to do something with it. Chowan down 13 here with 7.5 minutes left. Petaway works off a pick from Green. Goes left side to lane. Her runner off the glass, no good. Robinson had it, lost it. Pitts there to claim it for Elizabeth City. She'll get it away to Holmes. Ball's knocked loose and it's off the hands of Jordan Petaway. So it still belongs to the Vikings.
Hawks need to keep that pressure up.
And Chowan's going to show some full court pressure here. Remember, the Vikings burned them on it a little bit in the first half. We'll see what happened here. We got a whistle here. Might be a shot clock violation here. And they're going to put the shot clock to 25 here. And stoppage of play will get Joanne Williams back in the lineup for Destiny Robinson.
JoJo Williams in for the Hawks.
Chowan with that Kayla Henderson today, one of their backup guards, and Chowan's missed her. Sure, but you look at the lack of production from Weldon to Gaither today. Wow. Gaither has not scored. She's in 8 points a game, and Weldon has only 2 points. Weldon the leading scorer for Chowan. It's hard for Chowan to win against these good teams with no production from Weldon.
Yeah, that's detrimental.
Yeah, it is. Here's Holmes trying to penetrate. Back over to Brown. Through arching three is money for Jalen Brown. That's her first bucket of the second half, but it gives a lead of, how about 51 to 35 with 6:46 to go.
Yeah, and that's bad news for the Hawks.
It's been all Elizabeth City State, and this one they turn it over again to the Hawks. Back the other way, off to Deal. Deal cutting in the lane. She lost it and recovered by Joanne Williams. Chowan with a steal back the other way. Chowan's got to go quicker. Coca step back three is good. 11 now for Coca. She comes the first player for Chowan to reach double digits. Lead down to 51-38 here for Elizabeth City. In front of a pretty vocal crowd here this afternoon. A lot of Elizabeth City State fans have made the trip here. A lot of Elizabeth City State fans live in this area.
Yes.
You know, so here's the ball right side to Brown. Brown working against Williams, pulls up the dribble, gives it to Holmes. Holmes had a good second half. She'll take it inside on Petaway, force it up off the glass, wouldn't go. Tipped around inside, still loose, jump ball between Tialana Green and Pitts. And the possession there is pointed in the way of Elizabeth City State as Brianna Copeland and Olivia Gaither return for Petaway and Lee here for Chowan. .5:53 left. Elizabeth City State with the basketball in the lead of 13 points. Over in the corner goes the Deal, who nearly stepped out of bounds. She did step out of bounds. She was doing the tight wire act on the far side and just couldn't keep from stepping out. And that becomes the 14th turnover of the day here for the Vikings. Coca looks at Coach LaToya Jones as Deal and Holmes really extend this 2-3 zone. Copeland's three-pointer in the corner, no good. Rebounded underneath, and Coca's going to steal it right back as they were trying to get it to Deal, breaking back the other way.
Good job by Coker.
It was. Chowan needs to take advantage of the turnover here.
They're kind of just sitting back and relaxed. Not right now. I think it's go time. You got to go.
Elizabeth City's got 21 points on turnovers here this afternoon. Here's Gaither with it, top of the key. Near side it comes to Kirker, 9 to shoot. 5:12 to play. Copeland's three is on its way, and it rims out. Knocked out of bounds by Chowan. We'll head back the other way with it.
You get that feeling at all, Gaddis? They're just kind of relaxing.
Yeah. And
real deep into the shot clock just about every time. I mean, you're down 13 with 5 minutes left.
I think you got to credit Elizabeth City State with a little bit of that because they're applying the pressure really on the perimeter real well. Here's Deal with it. She'll work front court against the pressure from Coca. Coca knocked it out of his hands and out of bounds. It still belongs to Elizabeth City.
Ooh.
Coach LaToya Jones thought that Deal just slipped down and lost it. Coker, official on the near side, said not. So Elizabeth City State continues to hold on to the basketball here. Not sure what the future holds for these two teams in basketball, men and women. Here's Brown pulling up the jumper from the free throw line. Won't go. Tialana Green high for the rebound for Chowan. We're inside of 5 minutes left. Chowan down 13. Hawks have trailed the entire time. Coker's driving layup is good. Coker's 13 now.
Yeah, Coker's really hot right now.
And Chowan needs to get her to basketball.
Absolutely.
51-40. 4:29 to go, and Antonio Davis gets us to the media timeout with a timeout of his own. 51-40, Elizabeth City State's got the lead with 4:29 left to go here in the barrel in this annual rivalry battle here in northeastern North Carolina between Elizabeth City State and Chowan University. Back for more after this short break.
I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. When we call up on no and show up, man, them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Hey, switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying recipes to Bon Scott. Close that door, we blowing smoke. She asked me light a fire like I'm awesome. Hey, act a fool on stage, probably leave my show in a cop car. Hey, it was legendary through a TV out the window of the montage. On the table, liquor porn, don't give a damn. Dude, your girlfriend is a groupie, she just tryna get in. Saying I'm with the band. Hey, now she acting out of pocket, tryna grab up on my pants. On them in my trailer, said they ain't got a man. And they all brought a friend.
Both teams on the road coming up in midweek games this week. Elizabeth City State makes the trip up to Pennsylvania to take Lincoln on. And Chowan will head to Petersburg to take on Virginia State. Vikings with the lead at 51-40. They have the basketball. Brown's got it, deep right corner. Ball's nearly knocked away from him, but Leon, she'll recover. Boy, Holmes and Williams really going at it in the high post. As Porter's trying to get it to her, and LaToya Jones is really on the officials. And here's Luster going inside, not Williams to the deck, no call, and Williams gets fouled from behind. Oh, correction, Luster gets fouled from behind.
I mean, Luster put her shoulder in a Hawk defender and didn't get called for anything.
Yeah. Well, Luster's a terrific player down the low block. She's very athletic. And she just picked up the second foul of the day on Tialana Green. That's the third foul for Chowan in this fourth quarter. So Luster can extend the lead for the Vikings that currently stands at 11. And free throw by Luster is good. And she'll step back and take another. Luster, after a big first half, been kind of quiet here in the second half with only 4 points. And she'll knock it down here. 16 for Luster. 17 for Jalen Brown, leads all scores. 13 for Coker, leads the way here for Chowan as Luster will step out of the lineup with 4:01 left. So they'll put Pitts back in. So LaToya Jones standing right in front of the scores table in her third year, shouting instructions out to this team. It's got a veteran group on the floor, and Coker and Williams and Lee currently, along with newcomer Green and Brianna Copeland. Here's Lee trying to penetrate. Good double team out front. Green's three-pointers, an air ball. They caught glass, and Coker recovers. So no reset of the shot clock, so we got 10 seconds to shoot for the Hawks. Here's Lee going inside, run off the glass is no good, knocked out of bounds off the hands of Jalen Brown. Still, nobody drew iron, so there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Game clock down to 3:41. Vikings with a 13-point lead here on the road. Inside to Lee on the inbounds. She missed it. And she'll go get a rebound. And the shot clock's going to run out on Chowan.
I really don't think she knew that the shot clock was running down either.
Yeah, it didn't appear that way. Chowan had 3 shots in that possession, all were air balls. Here's a jumper, deep left corner. That might be the dagger.
Yeah.
From Angel James, a freshman out of Newport News, Virginia, drills a 3 from out on the left. Chowan down 16 with 3:13 to go. This match is the biggest deficit of the day. They have not led a single second of this game, have the Hawks. Long shot by Coker is no good. Rebounded out to Holmes, who's really fueled a fire here in the second half. For the visitors from out of the River City. 56-40 with 2:55 to go in this one. And unfortunately, Chowan's got the 40. Here's Holmes working off a pick from Pitts. He tried to go back to her. Ball's knocked away by Liebert, recovered by Holmes with 9 to shoot. Here's Bryan going inside, and the senior from out of Williamston has it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. Elizabeth City State's got 6 seconds to do something with it. As Pettaway will get in for lead. Luster back in the lineup for Pitts. And Chowan wants to talk about it here on the near side. LaToya Jones has indicated official he would like a timeout. She would like a timeout. I'm sorry. Be a 30-second timeout. Don't forget, we'll have about a 20-minute break in between games with this one and then come back and bring you the men's game. Elizabeth City State men playing really well here of late, even though they lost on Monday night. They won 7 of their last 8. And these two teams played back earlier this year. And Chowan won 79-63 back on November 28th. Bobby Grubbs, who's no longer with the Chowan team, had 18 in that game. Chowan's missed his production beyond the arc here in the second half of the season. Chowan's 1 of 3 starting the second half on the men's side of things. They come in off a 3-game losing skid today. So Elizabeth City, the inbounds with 6 to shoot, 2:42 to play. Up 16 here at Chowan. They get it into Brown. Brown moving against Coker. She's going to force it up. Had it blocked by Joanne Williams, and the shot clock will expire here on the Vikings. Elizabeth City State did a smart move, Robert. They got it to their playmaker in Brown.
Right, and I feel like that's what the Hawks need to do maybe a little bit earlier. Coker was really hot.
You know, it didn't really hurt Elizabeth City State. They didn't get any buckets, but it ran all 30 seconds off that shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what their enemy right now is, the game clock.
Absolutely.
Hit up 16. Copeland trying to answer with a 3, and she got it. Brianna Copeland's got 8 today. Her career high was 3 starting today. The freshman showing some promise and a chance to play the next time Chowan takes the floor. That'll be on Wednesday up at Virginia State. Brown across the timeline. Chowan trying to get some steals, and down 13. They got to get it and get it quickly. Here's Luster at the high post. Takes it inside over the corner to Angel James, and before she can shoot it off, we got a whistle underneath. Like the foul's going to be on Tialana Green. It's going to be her 3rd. That's the 14th foul now for Chowan. Here's Daniel Weldon back, replacing Green. Weldon's played limited minutes today due to foul trouble.
Yeah, limited points too.
Yeah, only 2 this afternoon. Inbound that goes to Brown. She's tied up with Coker, and it'll belong to Chowan. They've had a excessive amount of jump balls here today. Here's James getting back in the lineup, replacing Holmes. Vikings.
Jump balls and double dribbles. And charges.
Here's Pitts getting in for Luster. Coach Davis doing a good job playing a little offense-defense with Pitts and James on the defensive end, taking Luster and Holmes out. Here's Copeland over to Williams, inside to Weldon. Weldon spins and can't score. But she's fouled by Pitts. That'll stop the clock with 1:53 to go. It just hasn't been Danielle Weldon's day. And she's got 2 shots coming here. As Pitts picks up her 2nd personal of the day. 3rd team foul here in the 4th quarter for Elizabeth City, who owns a 13-point lead with 1:53 to go. Weldon can't make the free throw. Danielle from the stripe this season, 21 of 43 for 49%. Here are Holmes and Luster back in this offensive defensive switch by Coach Davis. Left-handed free throw getting set to come from the senior out of Glen Allen, Virginia. And Weldon's got it. 12-point deficit now for the Hawks. They're going to pressure full court. Porter looking to get it in. Finally gets it into Holmes. Holmes going to maneuver front court against the freshman Copeland. And she'll come inside with it. Now back it out. Reset the offense. Chowan's got a foul here with 1:42. Remember, this is the best free throw shooting team in the league, and Elizabeth City at 73.3%. So you kind of playing into their hands. Here's Deal, the freshman, penetrated, scooped it up left-handed, wouldn't go. Rebounded by Luster. Luster's going to score. Luster with 18, another offensive rebound here for the Vikings. They have lived off offensive rebounds and Chowan turnovers today. And that's most of the time when you do that, that's going to win you basketball games.
And according to the stats, it looks like Luster does this every game, averages 18.8 points per game. She's got 18 right now.
Chowan's just turned it over again. That's 29th time today. They had 20 of those in the first half, and that's what got Chowan in trouble here. 65 seconds and counting to go in the first half. Elizabeth City State's going to come to Murfreesboro and win here and break a 6-game losing streak to Chowan. And they'll even up this series at 10-10. These two teams will see each other again in February. And at the Bone Center, here's Chowan with a steal inside by Pettaway. Pettaway will move it front court, gives it over to Copeland. Two teams play again on February 9th, which is a Saturday. Shot missed by Copeland, rebounded by Pettaway. 39 seconds to shoot inside to Williams. Her run off the glass is good. Joanne Williams' first bucket of the second half. She's got 7 on the day. 58-46, 35 seconds and counting. And Chowan's not electing to foul here down at 12. And really not much reason to do so.
Right.
It's been Elizabeth City State. It's been an impressive outing here for the Vikings here at Chowan. As Holmes working out front, she just wants to dribble that final seconds off the clock. We get a 5-second violation out here on the perimeter. Coach Davis not happy about it. Coach has got a 12-point lead with 15 seconds to go. Can't be unhappy very long. But, you know, coaches use these as teaching minutes.
Right.
Teaching moments, I should say. Coker off the Pettaway with 10 to shoot. Williams at the high post. Joanne inside. Her let won't go. Rebounded by Weldon. She got fouled from behind by Brown with 6.3 seconds to go. And Brian's going to hustle over and have a little word here with Coach Davis. He said you got to let her shoot. No fouls. Weldon at the line.
You know, I kind of like the coaching style a little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty animated. And you know, like you said, you're a senior, you're a freshman, doesn't matter. You gotta talk about things sometimes.
Right.
And Weldon's second free throw is good as well. Danielle with 5. It's a little too late for the Hawks. 58-47. That's what our final is going to be. As Chowan's going to fall at 10-7 and 6-2. Elizabeth City is going to go to 12-7 and 5-4. We'll come back and wrap this one up. Get you ready for the men's game. Chowan falls here today, 57-48. Back to wrap it up after this short timeout. You listen to Chowan basketball on GoCUHawks.com.
Picking up the trash as you leave.
Chowan ladies can't make it happen. Our first game today, they fall here by kind of 58-47. Robbie, you look at a couple of stats here. In this one, Chowan turned it over 29 times, obviously because Elizabeth City turned it into 21 points. But in the paint, Chowan gets 16 offensive boards herself, but they came very late in this game when this game had been decided. Elizabeth City State with 17. Chowan shoots 17 of 55 here in the afternoon for 30.9%. They were 4 of 18 in the third quarter for only 22.2%. When you're shooting 22.2%, it's not easy to come back.
Right, can't do much in that situation. What really pops out to me whenever I'm looking at this stat sheet is Luster with just a huge impact on the game, and Weldon and Olivia Gaither really not having that big of an impact on the game, and that's usually their bread and butter. Chowan usually goes to them inside for points.
Well, when you get to games like this, your good players got to play. Elizabeth City State's good players played. Chowan didn't get much from theirs today and turns into a Chowan loss. Let's give you the individual numbers before we get out of here and get ready for the men's game. Natera Luster led the way with 18 points. Jalen Brown with 17, 10 for Danae Holmes, 9 for Aisha Deal, and 3 for Angel James. for Chowan. The leader was Mariah Coker with 13, 8 each for Brianna Copeland and Jordan Petaway, 7 for Joanne Williams, 5 for Danielle Weldon, 3 for Destiny Robinson, 2 each for Jada Lee and Jakiri Bagby. Chowan falls to 10-7 and 6-2. Elizabeth City State breaks a 2-game losing skid as they win it here in the first one, as they go to 11-7 and 5-4. Elizabeth City State the victors, 58-47. We'll take about a 20-minute break here, folks, and then come back and bring you men's basketball in the second half of this doubleheader as we'll kind of roll off a little bit, play a little music for you. We'll be back here a little bit later. Once again, the final in the first one, 58-47. Elizabeth City State wins our opener.
Maybe I'ma get a little anxious. Maybe I'ma get a little shy. Cause everybody's trying to be famous. And I'm just trying to find a place to hide. All I wanna do is just hold somebody. But no one ever wants to get to know somebody. I don't even know how to explain this. I don't even think I'm gonna try.